and welcome back to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. I am one of your hosts, Heather, and hanging out with Tony in the studio too. We were just rocking out.
We totally were.
Yeah, so glad you guys are joining us tonight. We are actually gonna do the lame Christmas thing, I think.
I wouldn't necessarily say lame.
Nah, it's not lame. I'm actually excited about this because I'm really geeked out about Christmas. I know it sounds silly, but I can't even see. How's this
Yeah,
camera
you're gonna have
doing?
to adjust it because
Nate.
Nate had one damn job.
All right, gotta go yelling at Nate all of a sudden.
What
So anyway,
is this? Get this crap off of here.
I don't even know. I don't know what you're doing.
Which one is that?
But I just wanted to show you guys.
Here,
I've got the my Christmas hat with
There we go.
Captain Marvel. The
Oh yeah,
best.
look at that.
I'm so excited. What's better than a Christmas hat at Christmas time?
A Marvel Christmas hat with Captain America on it.
No, it's got Captain Marvel.
Well, it's Captain America. There's Iron Man.
Okay, so
Was that
there's
Ant-Man?
more Avengers on there. But what's better than that? I paid $1 at Dollar Tree because I feel like a millionaire there. I can get all kinds of things. So if you guys get Dollar Tree Christmas, you're welcome.
Should totally go to like Goodwill and be like, I got $20 in my pocket.
$20 in my pocket. I'm coming. You're gonna get some Christmas presents that have already been used.
I am the worst Christmas shopper because I literally wait till after Christmas
Yeah.
to get all the deals because shit's like stupidly cheap.
Okay, so is it that you're the worst gift giver or the smartest? Because I've done that also.
It's maybe both.
Okay, so if you can see in the background that salt lamp over yonder.
Yeah, it's.
Did you get that at Christmas? On Christmas Day?
No, I actually got that after Christmas.
Yeah, you know why?
Yeah.
Because it was like $5. You can't beat that.
That
And
thing
you
has
didn't
been
care.
amazing too. Cause like,
Yeah, see?
like legit, since I put it in the studio here,
Mhm.
I'm not into the new age bullshit,
You should be.
but like it felt different.
Right.
Like I let that thing run for a week in here because I was gone doing shit.
Right.
And I'm like, why does my room feel different? And I slept in here.
Slept better.
Oh my God, it was great. And anybody that knows me knows that I sleep like a dumpster fire.
Oh, gosh. And if you can't hear him sleeping like a dumpster,
Oh dear
you
God.
sound like the truck that comes to pick up the dumpster. It's the truth.
Grinding
guys.
gears and
It
dropping
is the
transmissions.
Me and Adam stayed here upstairs and could hear you.
Oh, I rattled the rafters.
Oh,
There is
dear.
no doubt. There's no doubt.
Oh my gosh. So Candy's joining us. She says, hello, family. Hey, how's it going?
What's
Glad
up,
you're joining
Candy?
us. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some Christmas stuff because Christmas is right around the corner. We've got 7 days to Christmas? I believe is what I was counting
sure.
today. Yeah.
Well, today's the 19th. So
Today's the 19th.
math
So
and stuff.
right, of course. And I graduated from Cass City, so it is what it is, everybody.
So I'm going to record the show now since we're now I'm throwing shit around.
Oh jeez.
We're 4 minutes in, so
Yeah. That's the best idea because if
We've
we
been-
go down,
Oh my
which has
God.
been happening a lot lately, so we appreciate you guys chilling with us and still coming back to
Right.
hang out with us, even though we've been having issues with YouTube shutting down. A hard saying, it could be the computer, it could be various things. We are still looking into it, so thank you guys for still coming and hanging out,
It's a
participating in
conspiracy.
chat. You can catch the full episode if it does happen to go
Right.
down on solidstateradio.net, though. So
Yeah, and that's all the
it
more
won't.
reason.
They don't have it with the cameras though. It's just the
No, it's just the audio.
The audio. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just like it's just the sound because I'm so technical. So,
But all the more reason to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for
True.
all of the notifications.
very true.
So that way, when we go down, because we've continually had issues with the software and everything, and hey, the dates are actually right, I think. Maybe.
Next show, December.
Possibly.
Oh, yep, they are.
Is it? Sweet.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, hit that notification bell for all the notifications. So when we go live, you're throwing your phone on the floor.
Apparently so.
You're just like, nope, fuck it. I'm
Nope,
over it.
I'm just not gonna.
Technology, we're done.
Touch it. Yeah. Why not? I learned it from you. In minutes, he'll be whipping his phone across.
Oh my God, I hate my phone. It gives me autism.
So before we start getting into some of the Christmas fun stuff, Chris again is not here this week. However, he will
Come back,
be
Chris.
back next week. So guys, stick around, stay tuned, come back next week and hang out with us as well.
Yes. Yes.
Because he brings that extra not like nonsense to the show.
I would not say
Not
nonsense.
nonsense. I didn't mean it like
I would say
that.
intelligent humor because
Okay, it is way up above fart
dick
jokes.
and fart jokes.
I'm gonna go grab my phone here, so if you wanna take me there.
It's high class dick and fart jokes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
So that's just how that works.
Hey, my dad is joining us. Hey, Dad, how's it going?
What's up, Pops?
Thank you for joining us. I always love it when he comes to hang out.
So, how was your week?
My week has been pretty cool. It's winding down at Bronner's. However, I am going to be working a little bit longer than normal, so that's kind of cool. Man, it's just been kind of. Oh yeah, fix that. Why is it in my face? Out of my face. There we go. Now you can see me. Hi. So I'm gonna be working a little bit longer. It's been a really good week. Saturday. No, was it Saturday? I don't remember what day it was. Monday. No, it was Monday. Took the day and went with Adam to go do Christmas shopping.
What?
Yeah, I'm all done, but he was not. So I was like, okay, I want to go because I want to get out of the house. Take me with you, and I'm gonna go just dink around in some stores and spoil me with Big B. And he did because he's wonderful like that.
Bring me my big meat.
So so we went over there and I just kind of walked around through the stores and I found a couple different things like I added to the list after I've already been done. And I got my tree put up, our tree put up. I kind of say me because I like my tree because I decorated it mostly.
Right.
No, but like I'd be like, hey, honey, reach that one up there. And he's like, okay, yeah. So yeah, he did help me. I always kid about it, but so we got our tree put up.
Nice.
The cats so far have been good.
Cats are assholes.
Unlike when I put my village up and my first year of having Jibby and he had a brother. We had Jibby and a brother.
Yeah.
He killed my village people.
See, that's not okay.
Heads were everywhere, bodies other places.
Let the bodies.
The town lamp was somewhere. I mean, I gave up after that. I was like, yeah, I'm not putting this Christmas village out anymore because
cats are assholes.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty cool week. It's just like I said, it's winding down at Bronner's, so we're getting to the end of the season, but I'm gonna be on for a little bit longer. Just did a craft fair last weekend with Becky and Dawn, and it was a lot of fun. And I mean, it was cool because there was different people there, so did a little bit of shopping. Me and Adam actually went back the next day.
Nice. And
we talked with one of the vendors, and he started a conversation with them. So I went over and talked with them, and I told them about the Nichols Christmas Light Extravaganza.
Right.
They had never heard about it, and they lived closer kind of to it. So I was like, go and check that out. So we showed them, we told them where it was, and I ended up getting her number, and she got my number. And we're gonna like get together sometime. It was kind of cool. Like just older lady, whatever. She was talking about pies and different stuff. And
nice.
So she's said that her and her husband were gonna go and check that out. Which, if you guys have not checked it out, you still have time to.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think you've ever been. No. You need to go.
Yeah.
It is. No, it's so cool. Okay, Grinchy. Grinchy make Grinch. We'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
But yeah, so that was pretty cool. They said they were gonna go check it out, and it was cool. It was cool to talk to them, and it's been neat to have a little bit of time because Adam goes in a little bit later,
right? So
I can hang out with him, before he goes to work, and then I do my thing or whatever. So it's been kind of neat. It was fun going over there, and yeah. It's been a good week.
Now, how crazy is it getting over at Bronner's? I mean, the season's got to be winding down.
It's winding down. We're still getting a lot of orders in, but we are catching up. So that's one thing. And what I mean by catching up is that we are caught up to where the pickers, there's people that actually pick the orders and put ornaments on the trays.
Yeah.
So we were caught up to them almost, and then we got more, So, but you're seeing a lot of notifications on the bottom of the papers that customer was informed that these will not be there in time for Christmas.
Right.
So, so it's kind of a bummer, but I mean, we go as fast as we can and with who we have right now.
Of course.
So plus we have people that, which is a shout out to the people from the floor, wherever they're coming from. If they've ever penned before, they are painted, they come back and they help us out too. So that's kind of cool. And which we go on the floor and help them too. So
nice.
So yeah, it's winding down, but that's one thing that we did learn when Adam and I went over to go shopping was PSA. If you don't know, the week before Christmas. Not so fun to go shopping.
Yeah.
Not so fun. But,
hate that.
It's
obnoxious.
So it might be a good idea to go with what Tony's saying and shop after Christmas. Shop online. Like, okay,
right.
That's another thing. But
I can go to Amazon and shop in my underwear.
Gross, but true. Gross, but true. A gross fact. Do we got a couple things in chat?
Holy cow, yeah. We're
hello.
El Jefes. And your dad chimes in.
Well, Jeff said, I'm just going to say, hi, all. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, too. And go ahead. You can tell my dad's joke.
Your dad chimes in and says, fart jokes stink.
Dad jokes for days. I guess it works.
Wow.
And then Jeff says, YMCA village people.
Yeah. See?
Well, like the little tiny, your little village people you get that are like in little scarves and hats and top hats and things. Like, yeah, they killed them.
Yeah, that's.
But I think it's funny when I say it that way. They killed my village people.
That's not okay.
So anyway, how's your week been?
My week. Hold on, let me listen to the. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Just making sure the audio is sounding great.
You got to switch yourself over.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm over here doing the intern's
because I don't want to
job,
be on camera.
I know you don't want to be on camera. My week has been insane. No, it's been crazy because we're ramping up for Mitch's show.
Right.
Not just the comedy show, but we're also ramping up for his fake radio podcast.
It's our last episode from Strange Friends Media for the year.
Yeah, the very last one.
Yeah.
It ends on Mitch. How does that work?
And we played the little spinny thing.
Yeah.
And it landed on Mitch. And we were like, okay, Mitch, you're doing the last one for the year. Better make it good, man.
Right. So, yeah, it was really cool. We've been doing pre-production basically for the past 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's been so much fun because I swear this next episode of Mitch's Fake Radio is going to be the most schizophrenic.
Oh, no.
Because it is hilarious.
So should I just stay at home and tune in? That way if I'm laughing, I'm like, you guys can't hear me.
Oh, no. You have to come into the studio and be a producer with me because you are probably going to piss yourself. Yeah. Oh, my God. Mitch is just... If you've not seen one of his live shows for Mitch's Get a Room Comedy Club, come out and see him. He is hilarious. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because the best part about that is every last Monday of the month, Mitch's Fake Radio goes live at 8 p.m. on air. And it's all Mitch all the time, baby. It's hilarious.
It is.
It's fake radio.
You get recipes.
You get recipes.
There's so much stuff within that hour that he puts in, and it's awesome.
Well, Mitch is always throwing in that it's an hour you will never get back.
It's very true, and it's also what I like to say, Mitch is monthly.
Yeah, Mitch is monthly.
Because he's only once a month.
Yeah, it's once a month, yeah.
I got mom jokes for days.
So last night, he chimes in and says, hey, we need to do some station breaks for... Solid State Radio, because Sean shot him a couple of messages and said, can we do that? I said, yeah. So we did this, and oh my God. They had this segment called 90s at Noon, where it's throwback to all 90s stuff. Now, I can't play any of this stuff yet, but when they start airing it on there, then I can play it, because it's so fucking funny.
I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I was listening to 90s at noon today. It wasn't 90s at noon, but I found a 90s channel on YouTube. Yeah. But anyway.
So yeah, we've got a lot of the station breaks and stuff like that. And Mitch is working on some station breaks and commercial stuff for us for This Is My Brain,
Ooh.
Survivor Girl, Mitch's Fake Radio, and Don't Make This Weird. And we, after the first of the year, probably February, March, April-ish, we're going to be dropping some more new podcasts because we're insane people. And we're working on all the behind-the-scenes stuff for that. So when we drop it, it's good to go. And we're looking at some new platforms to be broadcasting on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a blast, getting that all figured out. So make sure you're hitting the notification bells, and we'll keep you guys posted on the Facebook page. Go on the Facebook page and like it. Like, share, and subscribe on that. So that would be really great if you guys could do that.
We would love it. We would really, really love it.
We will
love it.
But no, for the rest of my week with my downtime, yes, I'm totally throwing that out. You guys had the guest on of Donnie Wasmond, and this is his book, and he has an incredible story. This guy was electrocuted.
Yeah, which I have to tell you guys because I have to give this disclaimer. I don't know if I got the stories crossed or what had happened, but I know I have previously said on Don't Make This Weird that he had gotten struck by lightning twice. Wrong Denny. So I do apologize for that misinformation. It actually is a totally different thing that had happened to him. So I just want to put that out there because I know that I did say that at one point and I just got mixed up with who it was. So I do apologize for that, guys. But go ahead and...
But yeah, I mean, I was there. Obviously, I'm the executive producer of the Survival Row podcast. And it's so cool seeing this and hearing this story live in the studio. It was incredible because it's literally a story of faith and courage and the will to live. Because it's not a very long book. In fact, I think it's like 86 pages.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, but
worth it.
Though. Yeah. I burned through this in like one afternoon. It was such an incredible read. So you guys can, he's on Facebook, isn't he? I thought
he is on Facebook. So you can contact him, and if you show the name right there,
Donnie Wasmond. DENNYWASMUND.
Yep. And you guys can go ahead and contact him to get this book, buy this book from him. It helps to support him because he is also going out and doing public speaking about his story and sharing all of that. So if you guys could send it or, get a hold of him, you can get a copy. And right now, I think before Christmas, he is skipping the shipping and handling.
Yep.
He is actually paying for your shipping and handling on the book.
That's for just the Christmas season, if I have that correct.
Yes, as far as we know. Yeah. So if you message him, get a hold of him, you could find him on our friends list as well if you're one of our friends. And he is signing the copies, too. You actually got a signed copy.
Yeah. Check this out. So. He totally signed it, which I love, just for the simple fact is that, where's it at? Dang it. I know he signed it in here.
He did sign. I watched him sign it. I took a picture.
There it is. Yeah, he totally signed it.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it was great. And I love getting, CDs, music, books from, people that are authors and writers and musicians and stuff. I love that stuff because it gives that personal touch.
It does. That's pretty cool.
So, when you're dead and gone, somebody finds that book and there's an autograph in there from the author.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this is great. Not only does this have a story, but there's a story about the story.
Right.
Like this one. This is another one that I've been reading, and it's by Brendan Bouchard.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's this book is great, and it's so funny because here's the 6 categories that they're talking about: clarity, energy, necessity, productivity, influence, and courage. Now, the great part about this is I'm about 110, 150 pages in to this book, and it's great because I read so much. There's not any really big epiphanies for me. It's just little things that normally when you see these things side by side, you're like, oh, well, duh, they go together.
Right.
But when they're not side by side, you're like, there's something missing here. And this part of this book just kind of like
pieces it together for
Pieces it together. And you're like, wow.
That's cool.
So it's a bunch of those little connections where the link in your chain gets longer and longer. So you have more resources available. And it's great. So I'm reading this book, kind of cheating because, well, Yeah, there's an audiobook with it. It's actually done by the author.
That's okay. That's not cheating, though.
But that's the thing is that's how I read a lot of my books. I've read, oh, geez, this will be book. No, sorry. This was book 37.
Okay.
This is book 36.
Nice. Oh, yeah, because you started that before because you just got that one.
Right, I just got that one.
So, disclaimer, though, on the Denny, the episode for Denny for Survivor Girl, we are still working on getting that up, so we do apologize. However, it, I think, is being aired this week.
It will be aired this weekend on Solid State Radio.
Okay, so you guys can catch it. Like we said, it is just the audio, but it will be there, so you guys can catch that on there as well. So as soon as we get that, we will put that link up in Strange Friends Media SFM.
And I do have to say, from a producer standpoint, you knocked it out of the park.
Well, thank you.
Interviewing Denny. That was incredible to watch you work and just sit back and go, I'm so proud of her. I taught her everything I know.
Wow.
But no, it was amazing. It was really cool. You knocked it out of the park, and it was great because Denny was engaged, and he was really, really nervous before you guys went live. He's like, oh, I don't know how to do this.
Right.
Because this is my first one I've ever done. So, yeah, it was really, really cool watching all of that stuff. So, yeah, we've got a bunch of exciting things we've been doing all week long, and we always do. So, what's next?
So what's next?
What is next?
Oh, you just put me on the spot. Well, you already mentioned that Mitch has a show coming up for the Get a Room Comedy Club, which we should tell you guys. It is December 31st, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Because the show is the night before.
Yes.
Mitch's Fake Radio.
So Mitch's Fake Radio is going to be the Monday. Yep. No. Yes. The Monday. And also, my days just get so jumbled and mixed up. There's so much going. I know you feel it, right? Nate is giving me the thumbs up over there, and I know you're feeling it.
I got to go down this weekend and do pre-production with This Is My Brain.
Right,
so,
right. So, I mean...
fuck you.
So it all just kind of, jumbles up and mixes together, and after a while, you're like, I think that today is purple, and tomorrow is going to be carrot. Just because everything mixes.
I can count the potato.
But anyhow, so Mitch's Fake Radio is coming up, and also we're going to be going to the comedy Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club.
Absolutely, we're going to be there with bells on.
31st. It'll be done in enough time so you guys can go to other parties or do whatever it is that you're doing for New Year's Eve.
I'm going to come home
but
and
ring
sleep.
it. He says, ring in the new year with Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club and all the comedians that are going to be there, which I don't know because I don't think we have the new flyer yet.
He's supposed to be bringing in the flyer.
But it is on Facebook, you guys. The event has been made.
The Facebook.
So you can invite other people to it. Tickets are $15. Doors open up at 6 at Brentwood in the back room. And the show starts at 8 p.m. So it's really fun. It's been a lot of fun. We've really enjoyed going and seeing the different comedians. It's been just a really cool experience. And it's nice to have a local show. Something that you can do. It's not very pricey. You can go get some good food beforehand. You can get some drinks. It's just fun. It's really... They always joke about the room and then, like, how he's got it decorated or whatever, but it's so much fun. I don't think there's been one comedian that's got up on that stage and not said, "Well, look at these blinds here, these curtains."
high dollar red,
Yeah.
harem curtains Mitch uses for his backdrop. Did you get these from the bordello down the street, Mitch, or what?
Right. So yeah, you guys, if you don't have anything going on at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever in between there, like I said, get there at 6, get your table. If you have 8 or more, you call ahead and you can reserve a table too.
Yeah.
And also, if you need a ticket, you want to get your ticket beforehand just to make sure because they do sell out. You can get a hold of Mitch and he will meet you in a dark alley, from what I understand.
Or Speedway.
But yeah, so.
If you want to find out the punchline for that, listen to Mitch's Fake Radio Monday.
That makes sense now. I was kind of confused too. I'm like, Speedway next to the nacho cheese. Slurpees?
No, actually, the gas station sushi.
Oh, they have no.
Oh no, they do. Mitch brings it in by himself.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
He gets it from the dumpster at Burger King. No. He gets it from the dumpster at Burger King.
Yuck. Don't take any food from dumpsters. Just don't do it.
I didn't say I did. I said Mitch does.
Okay. So anyway, those are some of the things that we got going on. I don't know if that's what you were segueing into or if it was something else.
Well, I know we did the description tonight about Shenanagans and Fuckery and talking about Christmas, past, present, and future.
Right.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And segue.
Past, present, and future.
Yes.
Speaking of that, we also have a Christmas special for Survivor Girl that's going to drop on the 22nd from me and Becky.
Nice.
So, yeah, we talk about our traditions, some traditions and different things about Christmas, and it was fun.
Nice.
And you get to see my really cool Christmas sweater.
Was it an ugly Christmas sweater?
Well, it depends. See, Nate thought it was cute. I think it's cute. I'm spoiled.
You have to say that because you're not getting paid.
I was spoiled because it was an early... It was an early Christmas present from Adam, and I was super excited when he gave it to me. He took pictures of me with because it lights up too.
Right.
Like, it lights up. I tried down in the middle of Walmart because I'm a classy girl.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, he brought it home. He's like, I got an early present for you, and I'm like, oh, well, here's one for me. So do you have that? Do you do that? Like one early? Have you done that with the kids? Like you give one early Christmas present? Yeah. Well, we usually don't do it like 2 weeks ahead of time.
Well, I've always sucked at that.
Because you want to give your present.
Well, no, because it's like, hey, when the kids got old enough and they didn't believe in Santa Claus, it was like, hey, let's just go to wherever, get your shit. And then, if you want to spend the extra $5 for wrapping, go ahead. But you know what you're getting, so let's just go home and enjoy it together, right?
Okay, so I got a confession on that part. We went to Saginaw. Adam's just like, I said, okay, I'm at Five Below. I said, I see all the stuff like I've been interested in there. And it made me feel like such a spoiled little jerk after the fact.
Why?
Because I'm just like, do you want me just to pick it all up? Like what I want, and then you can pick out what you want from it to give me or whatever.
Right.
And I said, then I can just see if they'll keep it at the register, which I thought that would help him out, be helpful. And then after I got done, I was like, man, I am spoiled because it's never for me. Usually, it is not about presents.
Right.
However, that day I was just like, I need some retail therapy. So I think I got crossed on that, So I was just like, no, I like this, but they're $5 a thing. So I guess it's. So
if you're buying half the store, then I could kind of see where you're getting at, but you're not.
No, I didn't. I totally didn't.
Right.
I picked out a couple things and I said, hey, pick out what you want from it. You don't have to get everything. It's just suggestions. And I figured at that time, that was super easy. All he had to do was go to the register and pick out what he wanted from that basket and then pay for it and out the door.
Right.
Which I thought was kind of genius.
Right.
So, and then that way, and I kind of got the idea from Tammy that I sit by at work. She says, you know what? I had my kids go online and go to different websites, whatever, fill up the cart with what they wanted. And then she went and she picked out what she wanted to buy for them. That way they get what they want. They get the right size. And if they don't, it's their own fault for picking out the wrong one. Right. And I thought, man, that's pretty genius. So when we were in Saginaw, running a little bit behind, I'm just like, So he's like, yeah, that actually worked out really good. So, it's an idea. So if you have somebody that you don't know what to buy for, get for them, whatever, because I can talk. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe that's a good idea. And then I heard of another guy wrapping up boxes, 3 different boxes for his wife.
Really?
And then he'd be like, so what do you think's in here? But you can't touch it. And you can't shake it. But what do you think's in here? And then she'd tell him.
Right.
And then he would say that to the other 2 or whatever. And then he would go out and buy those and put them in the box. That's pretty smart. That's pretty good.
That's pretty genius.
Yeah. So there's a couple ideas. If you guys still have 6 days until Christmas, so you still get shopping, so you're not caught at the end of the week buying from Speedway a little air freshener and a peanut butter tree. Stocking stuffers, but not for a present. Here's a Slurpee. Yeah.
I would take a Slurpee.
I know you would, but only if it was mixed, like a whole,
Well, yeah, you got to have every color in there because where's the adventure?
It tastes
in that?
like a spree when it's all said and done, kind of.
But that's my point. Is where's the adventure if you're yay, I'm drinking cherry.
I'm gonna stick to one flavor.
I'm drinking.
That's playing it safe. That's playing it safe.
That's not okay. That's like false advertisement. What is the point of getting it?
But so there's some ideas for some early like Christmas shopping, and I don't know. I know some people bake cookies and give those out as presents, which is cool. I think that's awesome. Cookies. Homemade presents are awesome.
Yeah.
I love homemade presents. I think it's cool.
Well, I have to bring up some of the Christmases that we've done. Mm-hmm. It used to be a tradition until Adam came along.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to have to tell him.
Every Christmas Eve, we would go eat Chinese together. Every Christmas Eve.
We would too at the buffet here in town, which is okay.
China ET.
Either way though, because where else are you going on Christmas Eve, right? What? So we started that tradition like the first year that we were hanging out. And we're walking in and I started to So the whole time we're in there like eating, Tony's like, damn it, Heather. And I hear him.
I'm literally getting like, the orange chicken and like
he's filling his plate and singing it at the same time. And they're like around filling the rice and stuff and whatever. And I'm like, oh, I made you be a total dink.
Yeah, I'm the racist asshole. And she's the one that walked in singing it, going, fa ra 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 ra.
I totally did.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm admitting it. Okay, I did it. All right. I'm not perfect, people.
See, that's the thing. All the shit show has started with Heather, and we get blamed for it.
No? What? Whoa. You guys are the racist ones here.
No, we have an Asian. It's okay.
Yeah, see? Wait a minute. What did I just agree to?
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, we did used to do that. And I remember too, like we would get some of the last minute Christmas shopping done. And then we'd like gather everything down here in the studio, put up the table and like wrap. I'd help wrap, he'd wrap, whatever. And we get both of our presents all wrapped up and whatnot. And oh my gosh. I still have that picture of you coming in from out there. You like pulled up your PJ pants up to you.
Oh, my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
frog.
pants. Oh, God, yeah.
So funny.
Where are those? Funny. I have them somewhere.
I don't know. Kicked under the chair, probably apparently, in the studio.
Chair.
But,
that doesn't surprise me.
So yeah, that was one of the traditions, going out to Chinese. I'm sure Adam would go with. But it's hard, though, because then you would be joining us for our anniversary.
Right. But see, that's okay though, because I celebrate your guys' anniversary with you. That's just awesome. And if I'm gonna be replaced, that's okay.
So usually,
rah 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 rah.
Right. So our tradition now, because of it being our anniversary, is because we talked for quite a while before we actually went out, and then we went for our anniversary date, our first date.
Right.
We ended up going to see Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that.
So, and it was at MJR in Waterford.
Nice.
So now on our anniversary, we go, we love anniversary. We go down to Waterford to the MJR and we watch a movie. I fell asleep on him though.
Well, if that's the case, Star Wars is actually out today.
Ooh.
That's right.
I think he's got to work though, but that's okay. I understand adulting and whatnot.
Damn it, Adam.
But it's funny though because we've talked about this. I think we've talked about this story before. I'm sure. But so when him and I first started talking, like originally first started talking,
yeah,
he ghosted me on accident.
Okay, tell this story.
So we like just started talking. We actually, and I'm gonna admit this on here. We actually started talking on a Facebook page called Michigan Singles Mingle, or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we started talking on there, and he said that he had a pickup or whatever that he had to do, or a drop off or something. And I was like, drop off? And that was my question. Right. That was the last thing. Right. Like, that was the last thing, like, last part of our conversation. We never talked. So then I seen on there that he was like, well, I'm taken, so I have to get off of here, whatever. I thought, oh, okay. So that must have been why, he stopped talking to me or whatever.
Right.
And like I said, it was just like initial, hi, how getting to know somebody,
Right.
So anyway, he had come back on there and been like, well, that didn't work out. And then he posted something about fishing, and I was like, I'll bite. So I liked it.
See what you did there?
Right. I liked it. And then he messaged me because he was like, oh, some chick that likes fishing? What? So then we started talking, and we talked for quite a while, and then we ended up meeting, and then, the rest is history.
So what was his response when you reminded him that, hey, you ghosted me?
You know what? I didn't remind him of it. I didn't say anything of it. But when after he messaged me and then he seen that happened, he was like, oh my gosh. I accidentally ghosted. Like, he admitted to it. And he was like, I'm so sorry. So then, like, we started talking and stuff. And I was like, yeah. So I was teasing him about it because when we went to the movies, I was so super excited. I finally get to, meet him in person, whatever. And he was holding my hand, actually, when we were watching the movie.
Aww.
And I fell asleep. And the only reason he knew that I fell asleep is because I let go of his hand. So he ghosted me. I fell asleep on our first date.
Hey, I'm the best to watch movies with. You'll hear my ass that whole theater.
You'll see you nod off. Like,
right.
bunk.
Yep.
Bunk.
Because I'm always fucking working.
True-ish.
But I love the shit that I do. So it's not technically work. How does that work? I love what I do.
It's not really then work because you never work a day in your life if you love what you do.
That's right.
Something like that. Yeah. Somebody said that was smart. I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Some people that are way smarter than me said some really cool shit a long time ago that pertains to what the hell I'm talking about.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right,
we're going to go with that.
Good on you, man. So anyway, so that was tradition.
So that's what you guys are doing now for tradition.
That's what we do now. But now with him working, because I'm usually done before Christmas, or we don't work Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So, I mean, some people do for Christmas Eve, but they close really early. But I don't usually. No, thank you. But I don't usually. So, I mean, it just depends on, we don't know for sure if he's going to have his day off or not. But if he doesn't, still making good dollars, I guess, for the day.
Nice.
So, I mean, it is what it is. But we do usually do one present early, but like last year, he did a scavenger hunt for me.
I remember that.
He did a scavenger. Like, you went shopping with him.
Yeah.
To pick up the stuff. So Adam went and got cards, and they had to have a red envelope. I don't remember why it was the red envelope, but it was important.
Right.
Something to do with love or something. I can't remember. Sorry.
Right.
But so he hid.
Worst girlfriend ever.
Good thing I'm not a girlfriend. So he hid them, and like I got a little clue for each one, and there was like gift cards, dollar packs with magic cards, scratch off tickets. Like it was a really cool thing. I think there was like 12.
Nice.
I think there was like 12 cards. I don't know if he's doing it again this year or
like
not.
Like the 12 days of Christmas or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
First scavenger hunt I ever had.
Yeah.
And it was a Christmas one. So I thought that was pretty cool. I liked that a lot. So he woke me up, and I was just like, it's too early.
Merry Christmas. You got a scavenger hunt.
You got scavengers. And I'm just like, what? So, and it's funny because he took video and he took picture and stuff, and I'm looking back at it now, and of course I don't look the same.
Right, of course.
So I'm like,
that's not me.
Is that me?
Who is that girl with you?
Yeah, I was like, who you with? You with who?
I will cut a bitch.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I'm just looking back at the stuff. I'm like, oh, that was fun. Like, it was cool.
Oh, we got stuff in the chat.
Oh,
I completely missed this.
What?
Pop says, "Are you pulling my finger?"
No, Dad.
No.
I learned that lesson. I don't do that no more.
Candy Ray says Heather was amazing. I'm assuming she's talking about the interview with Denny.
Oh, thank you.
And El Jefe chimes in, "Cat in the Kettle" is a great song on YouTube. I don't know.
The Silver Spoon, little boy. Yeah.
That's Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah. I must be talking about the Chinese. I see what you did there. My friend used to have a cat named Teriyaki and and another cat named Don Wonton. Yeah.
They sound delicious.
Yeah. So. But what are some of your are some of your traditions now?
Traditions now, I drive.
Oh, that's right.
Like legitimate.
Man.
From basically Christmas Eve until more or less New Year's Eve, I'm driving. It's nothing for me right at the end of the year to put easily 1,000, 1,500 miles on my vehicle.
Oh, Pete.
Because the kids are older now.
Right.
And they spend time with their moms, respectfully, on Christmas. So that's my tradition. Yeah, I deal with it in a very mature way. I take my kids to their moms and then come home and drink copious amounts of wine and cry myself to sleep.
That's true. I've seen this. He does. And on the way, he stops and eats some like McDonald's or Timbits.
I mean, zero fucks given. I'm by myself for the holidays, so yay, let's get fucking drunk and watch stupid, sappy fucking Christmas movies. Yeah, Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh, Christmas movies.
Yes, I have words for you because you called me out.
You do. But I want to say I am more Christmassy than you are.
Yeah, because I fucking hate Christmas.
You hate Christmas. When people ask me how I don't hate Christmas, because I work at the world's largest Christmas store from June until January.
Do you want to know why I hate Christmas?
Yeah. I mean, I do and I don't.
Well, there's very personal reasons.
I'm sure it's going to be a heartbreaking story.
No, here's the thing. I'm not going to talk about that. There's one very specific reason why I hate Christmas, and I'm not going into that. But the other reasons that I hate Christmas is everyone's an asshole at retail. Everyone. You have people that, let's get into the Christmas spirit. And they're faking that shit because there's 365 days for the rest of the year that you can be in the quote unquote Christmas spirit. 64, whatever. Point being.
Right.
See, exactly. That's my point. Is you have a whole year to be a good person, to give, to be compassionate about shit. Why do you got to wait till one time a year?
True. I can see that. But I mean, some of the traditions and different things from Christmas time, I think a lot of people kind of go towards, and that's what they use. But I understand where you're coming from, because you should really do that all year round. You should be.
Right. Why do you got to wait for one day out of the year to be nice to somebody?
You shouldn't. You shouldn't wait.
It's like, you're an asshole 364 days out of the year, but the one day out of the year that you're nice to somebody,
Scrooge.
Fuck you.
Scrooge. No, I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from. And on that note, have you ever heard of the 365 give or 365 give?
Yeah.
That is something cool that if you want to do a project starting out at the beginning of the year, and I'm not talking about resolutions, I'm not talking about any of that stuff.
Fuck that resolution shit.
There is a it's a book, or there's a website there's a book. Yeah. 365 give.
I've actually done that. It was really
cool because when you do good things and you do nice things and you participate in life and you get the warm and fuzzies when you do stuff like that. So it sounds kind of selfish in a way, but really it is when you're doing stuff for other people, you're also doing something for you too, because it puts you in a good mood.
And that's the thing the Christmas season is truly about quote unquote giving. You should be doing this shit all year round.
True.
It's why wait till one day out of the year?
Right.
I don't understand that. And the other qualm that I have about it, and this is my personal belief. Mm-hmm. So feel free to land base me, but this is my personal belief, and I don't give a fuck what you think. Since when the hell on God's green earth did a baby in a manger have any fucking thing to do with getting a 70-inch television screen?
I don't believe it ever has. Unless you're like a little 7-pound baby Jesus.
The three wise men lined up with, a fat man in a suit with 8 tiny reindeer. What the fuck? A Christmas tree? Really? Study your history. Let me know where that winds in with the story of Bethlehem.
Right.
I really like to know.
I mean,
if you're gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Honor tradition.
Right.
Don't muddle them up. Stick to one tradition and be a traditionalist in that. It's not that complicated. That's why I hate Christmas for those reasons. It's like you got the little village people with little baby Jesus and the manger and the wise men and the donkeys and the sheep and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a fat man over here on top of a roof with 8 tiny reindeer. Are you fucking schizophrenic for traditions or what?
All right, so
pick one and stick to it.
Okay, so I got like all kinds of different Christmas stories.
But that's my point, though.
But I believe though I love giving.
And that's what it ultimately should be about, is giving.
Except for this year when I decided to fill up a basket and tell Adam it's at the register. Feeling a tad guilty there, just a little bit.
But that's my point, though, is
right.
Okay, if you're going to be a traditionalist, be a traditionalist. Celebrate baby Jesus. Celebrate Hanukkah. Celebrate the fat man in the red suit with 8 tiny reindeer. Celebrate Kwanzaa or what the fuck ever it is. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing that bothers me the most. When the fuck was it not okay to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to somebody?
I say it all the time.
Oh my God!
But I also work at a place where they believe that you are supposed to say that.
Let me clue you in here real quick, okay? I'm going to make this real.
All right, but just don't make it too loud because it hurts my ears.
It's going to be real simple. If you are in the United States, right? Mm-hmm. We live in the United States, okay? What is predominantly, I mean, there's what, 300 million people in the United States? Something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So predominantly, what is that made up of, right? Fuck you.
Asian.
Christian and Judaism, right? Okay?
Right.
Predominantly, that's the biggest percentages in the United States, right? Okay. So if I say Merry Christmas because the percentages are in that, and you get pissed off because that's not your religion, don't be an ass to me. Simply say, I celebrate, I don't know, Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or I'm an asshole Grinch that just wanted to get a 70-inch TV. Mm-hmm. Fuck you very much.
Yeah, the whole sale thing after Thanksgiving. It's crazy. I don't participate myself. I don't know. Grinchy.
I buy the shit online so I can shop from my underwear because I don't care.
Yucky. I didn't need to know that.
I'm sitting there with my fucking Kindle Fire going, yep, purchase. That'll be here. Okay.
Did you get a screenshot of that? I make some weird faces and he screenshots
Oh,
me.
he totally does. But no, I don't understand that at all.
No. Okay, so like last year I did a lot like online shopping. I did a lot of online shopping, I'll be honest. So I was getting like packages every freaking day, it seemed like. Which I seen something cool that people were doing, and I did mention this on my other show.
Right.
But they were putting out like a bowl with different snacks for like the FedEx and UPS and mail and whatever. And I think that's kind of cool because they're out long hours. Somebody else was telling me like even on Christmas Eve, they keep going until their packages are all delivered.
Yeah.
So New Age Santas. There's a FedEx. But
bet you $10 somebody's celebrating UPS right now. Fuck me.
I got a whole tree with just UPS ornaments on it. No,
it's the brown Christmas.
But if you've worked retail and you've seen these sales, like, and how people act, it is so crazy.
Yeah.
It is not the reason for the season.
No, it's not the reason for the season.
And if you really want to see pure evil, like, you will see it at these kind of things. I mean, I've seen like an old lady and a younger gentleman fighting over a TV. Like she jumped on top of it. He jumped, like it was crazy. I couldn't even believe what was happening. And people fighting over towels. Another lady reaching into another lady's cart and taking out whatever she wanted when the lady wasn't looking because she couldn't find it. It's just like, what in the heck? And people are in such a big hurry.
Yeah.
That they like run into the back of your ankle. And I had that happen so many times. And at one point I turned around and I just shot the dirtiest look. And I was working. Like I had to be there because I was working. I wasn't running through there like an idiot.
Right.
You know, and I get you. There are some people that do go and do this. That's their tradition. Okay.
Right.
That's their thing.
Right.
Okay. But if you're going out and you're doing this as your tradition and you're just grabbing a couple things that you thought that, that you've seen that you liked.
Right.
Okay, fine. But there's other people that make this a sport, like a death match or whatever. It's like, come on, people.
Death race.
Seriously. Like, what?
Death race with amigos.
And I used to work at Walmart when they used to open up the door and let people come rushing in until that one incident of whatever year where this person actually got trampled over and killed. It's like, oh, there's a clue that we shouldn't do that anymore. Really?
Yeah, don't be a dickhead. Plain and simple. Not that complicated.
I mean, I've worked through all of these different things in different ways that they did it. They set up lines. They covered up stuff. People are still trying to rip into it. And I don't know how I managed in the 11 years to still live because of how short I am and trying to get through the crowds.
Oh, yeah.
Nightmare.
This is why we have security.
Yeah. If you've never been, nightmare.
But that's what I'm getting at. You know, they talk about all these stupid things. I would rather... My ultimate Christmas tradition that I would love to start is be with your family and your friends on Christmas Eve, whatever it is that you can facilitate, because that's truly what it should be about. And a lot of the times there's people that don't even get together to sit around a kitchen table and have a family dinner. I mean, I do my best to do that shit every night. I got to eat dinner with my son tonight because he wasn't doing something. And we sit there and chit-chatted, and yeah, we have our phones, but we were sitting there trading memes and making each other laugh and talking about the stupid shit people do. And he's like, Dad, what do you think about the whole President Trump impeachment thing? And I'm like, it's a long game. It's a scam. It's fake news. But, it was still a conversation that we were having, sitting at our dinner table and connecting as father and son.
Right.
That's what it's about. Who gives a fuck about the 70-inch TV? Who gives a fuck about the fat man in the red suit with 8 tiny reindeer? And if you don't believe in Jesus being born on Christmas and all these other things, cool, great. Neither do I. Because if you look at the year, he was born in the fucking springtime. Do the math. Do the research. Whatever. The point being is, if you're going to honor something, honor it in that tradition. Don't mix traditions, because then everybody gets confused of, wait a minute, are you an atheist on Monday, a Jew on Tuesday, and a Christian on Wednesday, and then you're a baka baka on Thursday? What the fuck? Right.
I got nothing for that part.
Exactly. That's my point. Right. Who's your diaper daddy?
Oh, no, not that again. No.
But that's my point. Is, I'm not trying to get up on the soapbox here and tell people what to do, but if you're going to do something, stick to it. Don't convolute it with a bunch of bullshit. It's not that complicated. Do you. And we're all guilty of it. I'm not saying I'm any less guilty than the next person. But if you're going to do something and honor a tradition, honor that tradition. Pretty cut and dry.
Sorry, I had a notification. I'm trying to figure out. Speaking of that, though.
Yes.
Okay, if you guys have not seen it on the Don't Make This Weird or Strange Friends media page, Sam Clements made a holiday song about Taco Bell, and it is amazing. If you guys have not seen it, you have to check it out. I would love to play it right now, but I don't know if we can.
Can you message him and find out if we can?
I'm sure he wouldn't care.
Well,
but,
I mean, we don't want to play something without
Absolutely.
permission, even though we've had Sam on the show.
Right.
And played his music and supported his music. I think it would be great.
But if not, if we can't, in the meantime, if you
we'll
guys,
throw the link up on the page.
Yeah, it's already over there. But after the show, if you guys want to go take a look, it is so funny. I think it's a new holiday favorite. I told Adam that. I was like, this is a new holiday favorite. It's my new favorite song.
Absolutely.
But speaking of that, is there a particular song at Christmas time that makes you feel like it is that time of year that you like?
What?
Carol of the Bells?
Oh, Carol of the Bells. Yeah. That is one of my favorite.
That is a good one.
And both albums of Merry Xmas, Volume 1 and 2. Just because that's great. And my latest one that I've added to was a couple of years ago was Twisted Sisters and Twisted Christmas.
I had that
growing
up. The one that stood out to me on that one was when they did the 12 Days of Christmas and the kids like, my Transformer. And it's like, oh my gosh. Yep, Twisted Christmas.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I love that one. 12 Pains of Christmas, too.
That might be what it is on there. Yeah, 12 Pains of Christmas.
Hanging the lights here!
Oh, my back.
Fine, you work on the Christmas lights.
Yes. I want a Transformer for Christmas.
Mom!
That's so good. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. And see, that's me. That is totally me. I will freely admit that because I hate fucking peopling on the holidays.
Okay.
I hate driving. I hate the bullshit fake facades that people put on to be nice to your face, and they're assholes when you're not there for get-togethers. It's like, oh, yes. Why, Howard got a raise at his firm this year, and Karen started a new spin class. Oh, isn't that fantastic?
I used to like listening to...
Fuck you.
I used to like listening to Whine About It.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, Whine About It. He'd talk about
Matt Bellassai.
Yes, Matt Bellassai.
Love Matt Bellassai.
So funny. He is so funny. I love listening to him. I haven't seen... Like, he switched over because he wasn't... Was it Whine About It? But what was it before that?
All I remember was Whine About It.
Yeah. Good stuff, though. So funny. But, yeah, though, I don't want to bring, down, make this depressing or anything. But, before Christmas, there's been a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
So much stuff.
Crazy
sad
stuff.
Things.
Tragic.
Tragic things. Some people that have passed away, and it's just right before Christmas. So I just want to, I know we don't normally do the prayer shout out on Don't Make This Weird, but I really want to. Some of the friends and family, I'd like to put the prayers out there because that's a really tough loss at this time of year. And I'm sorry to you guys, and our condolences. We want to put that out there for you guys. And then also we're going to put the link up for a family who just lost the mother, and it's a very tragic story. You can see it. It's all over right now. We're not going to go into names or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we will share the link so that you guys are able to help to donate. There's a GoFundMe. There's a couple different things.
I was just going to ask if they started a GoFundMe because
they did start a GoFundMe.
Put that in there.
Yeah. So we'll get that up after the podcast. Just some tragic stuff, and it happened during the Survivor Girl podcast, actually.
Yep, Flight Care, actually.
We heard it over as we're going, and my instant thought was, my prayers go out to whoever that is that you know. So anyway, they've been talking about it. It's been on the news, Tuscola County, a couple different things happening, and it's just so sad because we both knew the person, the victim.
Yep.
So, and I think even the perpetrator, the suspect, whatever.
Thank God justice was served with that.
Oh, quickly too.
He's looking at I think they said a total of either 5 or 6 life sentences.
Good.
At that just senseless, tragic act.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, to piggyback off what you said, our prayers and thoughts and hearts go out to this family during the holiday season, and just through this whole entire ordeal, because that nobody should ever have to go through that. And coming together and seeing a lot of the community outreach on Facebook of people going, how can we help, how can we contribute, this is tragic, so we want We want to help wherever we can, and
Right.
seeing the community come together to help that family out is incredible.
Yeah, and I said at this time of year, it doesn't matter what time of
Right,
year it is.
right.
However, I feel like when it happens around closer to Christmas or any kind of holidays or a birthday or whatever, it's something that sticks with the person for a very long time, and it's very hard for them to move forward because each year because of that holiday, then it reminds them of the sad. Tragic or whatever incident that had happened, and I hate to see that, and I just pray for these people and the families and everything that are going through this hard time right now with the losses, and my heart goes out. Like I said, I didn't want to bring down. We're talking about the holiday spirit and everything, but I in my mind and in my heart, I think about these people right now, and it's been pretty rough thinking about all of that, to be honest. So.
Well, and that's what I was getting at earlier. That's what it's about. You shouldn't have to wait till one time a year
Right.
or 1 month out of the year to be a nice person, to be a good person, to be a giving person. There's 365 days. You can do that shit every day of every week. 365 give. What was the name of the book?
365 give. Put the link up already. It's already
I've done
posted.
that, and
Yeah.
it was such an incredible thing. I mean,
And it's not all like
right.
really hard stuff to do. I mean, compliment somebody.
Well, you had the saying on Survivor Girl, let it go, let it grow.
Let it go, let it grow. Yeah, for sure.
And it was incredible doing that and seeing the people just coming out of the woodworks and going, I want to do what you're doing. And I'm going, I'm just giving shit away.
Right. Oh, yeah. But I mean, it gives you a whole different meaning, though.
Yeah.
A different purpose. When you're busy thinking about how you can give to something or somebody else, an organization or whatever, you've got an idea, a plan, a thought. You're preparing for something each day.
Right.
So it's easy to start thinking more positive when you're like, oh, I got to take this and do this.
Right.
Or I got to reach out to so and so. You don't think so much about the negative and the sad and the more depressing stuff in this life, because let's face it, there's a lot of that.
Oh, of course.
I mean, this world, there's so many different things.
Evil truly exists in the world, and generally it has the face of a man. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay. All right. But, getting back to preparing and having, a plan to give, just to give, donating blankets. Becky donated some old stuff from Cupid. Just gave that away, something that the shelters could use. I didn't think about that. Yeah. Good idea. But they do talk about that in 365 Give.
Right.
Which is cool. Pay it forward. Pay for somebody's coffee. Pay for someone's meal.
I love doing that.
They don't expect it, and it's just like, wow. At that time, that's really cool. Pay for somebody's a layaway.
Yeah.
Whatever. So anyway, they give you a lot of really good ideas. It started out because there was a mom that wanted to show her, I think then 3-year-old son.
Yeah.
Who at that age, you don't really, that's starting them young, which is, it's cool. I give her credit for that.
Absolutely.
He got it. He started to think of things to do, and they created this whole thing for 365 days that you can give. So, we talked about the whole Grinchy thing. There's one way to start like melting or coloring that dark heart,
It grew 3 sizes.
Right. So, yeah, it's just something else that you can think of. I mean, people get ready for the new year, and they always talk about resolutions and different stuff. And instead of just making a resolution, just think of things of ways to be better.
Well, and that's where I have really been pushing myself lately with, I don't want to say becoming more self-aware, but intentionally taking mental and emotional inventory of not letting shit have real estate in my head.
Yeah.
If I'm not using it, it's gone. And replacing it with something healthy, with a positive habit, i.e.
Right.
This book has just been incredible and really kind of hardwiring a lot of stuff. This is what, almost 6 weeks of quitting smoking now.
That's incredible. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
It's funny because I never really realized how much time I was wasting smoking.
Oh, yeah. Like, I never thought about that either. I thought about the
Right.
money I was wasting, but I never thought about the time.
Well, I don't have any more or less money. I still have.
Right.
But the point being is I'm like, wow, I have so much time for activities now. And of course, now I'm filling them with more important stuff that I have to get done. And I'm doing it. I'm going, wow, there's a really huge sense of accomplishment now because I'm doing more things and getting things done with the rest of my day.
And you're like creating like better habits.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Habits,
it's incredible.
you know, that's something too that I've been listening to lately about them talking. Create good habits, do good habits, have something in the morning that you do.
Get a copy of this book.
Read.
It's incredible.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I used to make the whole excuse that I don't have time for reading, but here we are, chapter 2, like on 18 of the Chicken Soup for the Soul for couples.
Good stuff.
We read one every night, unless I fall asleep during it or whatever. But we try to do that every night, and that's just something that me and him do together. And I know I keep on bringing that up, but it's because that's one little tiny story, but we're so far into the book. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you find time for things that are important. You make time for things that are important.
Well, that's the thing is starting those traditions. You start it with one purpose in mind, and generally it becomes something so much bigger. But in the same token, as you're starting these traditions, I mean, look at the old what we talked about on This Is My Brain, where the mom would cut off one part of the turkey, and the daughter come up, Mom, why you do that? I don't know. Well, come to find out, the grandmother who did that had to cut off the end of the turkey because her pan was too small.
Oh.
So if you're doing those kinds of traditions, yes, start them because they mean something to you.
Right.
You know, do that tradition, start that habit, do that hobby, whatever it is collectively. But have it be a healthy one to where you are growing together and moving forward, which is great.
Right.
That's what it's about. Growing healthy habits moving forward.
Yep. I agree with you 100%. I mean, until I started really getting a morning routine, I would hit the snooze button a lot. Honestly, though, I really wouldn't.
Routines are so important, and it's great to change up those routines.
Oh, for sure. So, like, I would be so grumpy in the morning. I would not want to get up. I would hit the snooze button several times. Like, I mean, honestly, when, before Zach had passed away, he would joke with me every time I would get there, and he'd be like, do you really need 7 alarms? Really? I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that so much. But back then I was ridiculously tired all of the time.
Same.
And I did not have a lot of stuff that I was working towards healthy, But so I've learned different things, and I've changed up different things, and I've evolved from the things that I used to do into better things, better habits, better, like I said, waking up in the morning and saying today is a great day. That's changed a lot. And you wouldn't think just saying today is a great day would make such a big difference.
Well, you do that, the morning routine of the good morning messages.
No matter what.
It's incredible. I love that.
Even if I'm sick, I still do it. Even if I'm tired, I still do it. There's been a couple times that I had asked everybody else to chip in and help on it because, we were doing, I can't remember if it was like farming.
Cry farming.
Whatever it was. But I had, it was like, okay, guys, can you post this? Can you post this? Can you post this? And I like to see what you guys are getting from it too. So it's like, okay, if you don't mind posting, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool song. Like, I didn't know about that song. Nice. Or that's a cool quote, a meme, whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool to incorporate everybody that's been in the group.
Well, and you always take away something from that too, because if you're pressing into it as you should, because it's a positive morning,
right?
And that's your routine. You find that inspiration, and for me, the good morning messages always carry through to the rest of the day. If I'm struggling with something or something's gnawing at me, I'll go back to that and go, this is how I started my day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's
That's cool. I'm glad that it's actually helping and taking off and, helping in the positive way. It's just, like I said, there's been times, and you guys don't know, I don't let on to, if I'm not feeling good, I don't let on to that.
I know.
Well, you know. You've known me for quite a while now. So
you're stuck with me,
generally, though, I don't think anybody else picks up on it. At least I hope not, anyway. Because I try to keep it positive. I want everybody to know, hey, no matter what, if you're struggling, you can still move forward. You just have to start out with some kind of a positive.
If you woke up and took a piss today and did not pee on your shoe, it's going to be a good day. And if that's the only thing you've accomplished that's positive, you didn't get piss on your shoe. Exactly. Exactly.
Good job. Little buddy approved.
Right, little buddy approved.
But it is really, those small things could be huge for somebody else. Not necessarily that one, but you know what I mean. Even making a small step, it does change a lot. So,
right.
But like I said, to do that every single day, you don't have to pick a resolution because you don't stick to those. A habit. A good habit is something that you should work towards, not just one end all be all.
That's one of the great things about this book is these 6 words. It's funny because they have an assessment test that you take to find out where you're at with all of this. Mm-hmm. And when you take these tests, the great part about it, he's like, look, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not we're going to figure all of this shit out with your strengths. No, these are habits that you're constantly refining for the rest of your life. Yep. And it's incredible because this is the first time I've read a book even remotely saying, hey, this is something you're going to take with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's, you got to have your sphere of influence, or, you got to cultivate your strengths and ignore your weaknesses.
No. You build from your weaknesses.
Right. That's the thing is.
Because honesty, if you hold yourself accountable with those weaknesses, then you can grow.
Right.
You can build from that.
Right.
But you have to be able to face that, to be honest with yourself, to be able to grow from it.
Right.
Otherwise, you stay in the same place.
Well, and that's the funny part about the holidays is God help you if you call a person a shitty person because they're being a shitty person. And I'm sorry, there is no excuse for shitty behavior, regardless of what time of year it is. Mm-hmm. However, if you have good friends and good family to call you on your bullshit, that should give you a clue of, hey, I'm not going to wait till Christmas to be a good person. I'm going to be a good person 365.
Right. There you go. There you go. And that goes hand in hand with learning.
Right.
It is a growing thing. And if you've got people in your life that do love you and they do call you on it, it's because they want to help you grow. They want to help you become that better person. What you got?
Trying to read what Jeff said.
El Jefe, what you say?
El Jefes.
New subject, DC and Marvel comics could be dropped due to lack of readers. Not if I can help it.
I'm an avid reader.
Yes.
Plus, what's really cool is they have, and it's probably silly, but they have the audiobooks for comics online.
No, it's not. Black Widow. Have you listened to one of the audiobooks for her?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Alexa. Yeah. No, on the book.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, is that a good audio one? I loved that one.
Well, that's what I was getting at, is with this high-performance book, I'm cheating for the simple fact is that I'm reading along with the author that actually did the audiobook. Because my perspective is, if I'm reading one of these self-help books, the author better be able to read his own damn book.
Jensen Cheryl, that's all I got to say.
Thank you. But that's my point. Read your book, or I'm not buying your shit, because if you don't believe it, why the fuck should I?
Right, there you go. But, and I know people say, people that listen to audiobooks, that's not reading. But what if the person just can't focus on it? Or like with me, I would read a little bit, but then I'd hear something else and it would distract me. And then I'd have to go back and reread it again, or something would come up, So I really don't try to be a dink to people that listen to audiobooks because And good on you that you're listening to it and
Right.
you're following along. Absorb way better, much more when you do something like that.
And I
So
set time
what?
aside specific to do that so I can just focus on that. I mean, I turn my phone off and crank up my tablet
Yeah.
and go, this is my focus for X amount of time. And it's different every day because I block stuff out of, okay, I have to get this done here in this time. I have to get this done here and so on and so forth. But yeah, you block time out.
I'm on camera and he's sleeping. You're talking.
Switch, damn it. What the fuck?